that Facebook is burning money, especially from like the branding perspective. I would think that you'd be very much into putting a little money behind a Facebook ad. Where does
Oh, dude, no. Why not? Because I can create content on other platforms, automatically have it posted to Facebook, and get more action without spending a dime in that direction. That's why. Because I've not seen the ROI in that investment, where just creating content alone has shown me ROI. My time was invested well, and I didn't spend a dime.
Yeah.
See, now this is where right now TikTok is the hot market. This is why I see you on TikTok. That's why I'm on TikTok, is because I can spend little time on there, create a very small piece of content, and watch it live and generate, over and over and over again, not just on the TikTok platform, but using artificial intelligence. I'm using that one TikTok video to hit every social media platform I'm on.
Yeah, this is, and I think this is why I like you so much, right? Because we don't agree.
Yeah, we don't agree. And there's nothing wrong with disagreeing. We come from two completely different marketing backgrounds. Where I'm on the creator side, I started on the marketing floor as the lonely graphic designer, worked my way up to creative director. Then, where like you've got your MBA and you're like, you come out the gate with your spreadsheets and you could probably run a room. I'm telling you.
My spreadsheets.
I'm just playing.
No, but it's true, right? Like when I sit down in a client meeting, we're not talking creative, right? We're not.
No.
We're talking like, here are the numbers for search traffic. Here's the likelihood of you peeling a few percentiles. And then here's the expected conversion, right? And this content lives over this period of time frame. And this is what I would expect that you're going to see, right? And so
the only thing I would say in there is that there needs to be a conversation on top of all those numbers on the visuals in that actual content itself.
Yes. So here's the interesting part, right? Like when I'm starting with a client, we do spend some time on branding.
Yeah.
I believe that it has to meet a certain standard before we can kind of go too much further, right? There's some conversation around what does this stuff need to look like? So I've kind of shared this before, but interestingly enough, right, the anti-branding branding person, the show marketing stuff came from customer interviews, because after working with 350, 400 entrepreneurs, most of the time when they're talking about this, they're saying, I don't understand this marketing stuff, or the marketing stuff is complicated. And so like, we just took the name from that. So like there's some context that I feel like my client or customer has to come to the table with. But when we start talking about like, where is it that I shine? It's interesting. So like right now I just sent a proposal off and we're talking about email marketing, right?
Okay.
And
I am very, very familiar.
Part of the crux of that, I'm a numbers and testing guy, but most of what we're talking about when we get into that is stories.
Yeah.
And so like, even though I'm a performance marketer, I do believe in like the necessity behind having the creative piece align with your customer and what your customer expects. And then also making sure that there's that consistency across the different pieces of content so that it makes sense.
See, I think right there, you could use that as a definition of branding. Right? I think that's where people really get confused, is they're not really sure on what branding is, right? They're like, it's a logo. And I'm like, well, there are multiple parts to a logo. There's a word mark, an icon. Like you can break everything apart down to these, niche words, but the brand itself it is what you were just saying. It's like you take this concept of ideas and you form a business around it. And then you have to use these very consistent and precise strategy measures then to make that work. Now, if you put that framework in and you name it this and you visually brand it with an image, then now you've got a logo and a brand strategy that will take any business forward. So it is like the anti-branding branding where like everything that you are saying is absolutely correct, that you have to have all these very strategic things in place, but where the consumers get hung up is on like this one thing, like this logo has to be perfect, or my one website has to be perfect. Those are what I like to inform, like call as the imperfect actions, because if you don't take those actions, you don't take those steps, then you don't have a business. Yep. Right. So like you were saying, yeah, those things don't matter if it's between you getting off the ground and not getting off the ground.
Yes.